Hey, did you see the opening hearing of the January 6th Select Committee tonight? If you did, you saw compelling layout of where they're going to go with these hearings, exactly what they're trying to show with the evidence, with the facts, and what they're planning to do with the rest of these hearings over the coming weeks. But ultimately, they made it clear it all goes back to Donald Trump. And they're beginning to make that case. Everything that led up to January 6th and everything that happened on January 6th, it all comes back to Donald Trump. I mean, he is ultimately the one who was responsible for trying to subvert the election results of the 2020 election, the creation of the big lie when they knew that they had lost, and then ultimately their effort and their success on January 6th to disrupt the proceedings of peaceful transfer of power, the counting of the votes. It was only temporary, but they succeeded temporarily, and that is the crime. Already we've seen seditious conspiracy charges against some Proud Boys, and ultimately I think we're going to see the case be made that ultimately it all goes back to Donald Trump. He's the one who's ultimately responsible and who ultimately needs to be held responsible for what happened on January 6th. Yes, John Eastman, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, these lawyers, they helped Donald Trump. They knew that they had lost, but they made up all these lies. They helped create the big lie about election fraud and all this nonsense. But ultimately, it all goes back to Donald Trump. And we saw new video tonight. We saw compelling testimony on video. People within Trump's own administration talking about how he was told repeatedly, how he knew he had lost the election, and how he wouldn't acknowledge that and hatched these plans to try to steal the election. And powerful testimony, both live and on video and live, from the documentary filmmaker who was with the Proud Boys. And this police officer, this Capitol police officer, who was knocked unconscious on January 6th and suffered other injuries. I believe she said her grandfather was a military veteran who served, and he was a patriot. She is a patriot. These people who rioted and caused this violence, and let's be clear, caused people to die, want to believe that they are the patriots, want us to believe that they are the patriots. They are not. And I'll say more about that in another video. Watch the hearings.